And exceeding expectations in terms of his numbers without those midfielders.
Petey Lasalla and Zac Tucci at the Faceoff X. And Tucci wins the opening draw for North Carolina. And somebody lost a glove.
A little Hussas out there.
And see the strength-size combo.
No, I'm hearing you use the word
again. Is a complete outlier in the sport of lacrosse right now for a freshman to be like that.
Strength of a caveman, finesse of a ninja.
Virginia's got a dichotomy of body types on offense. Some smaller.
Got Petey Lasalla, who since the beginning of last year has taken almost 100 face-offs against Carolina. Tucci, though, has won 2 of the first 3. Carolina loves early offense.
The lacrosse intellect of 4 in blue is off the charts.
And I will add
15
to
for
that,
40.
Paul, the ability to attack the goal from behind, from the wing, or full of Chris Gray to use the defender's approach and overzealous against him.
I'll let them.
We've seen this with Carolina. When they control face-offs and the possession advantage, that gives them a huge advantage. They just haven't been able to do that at times this season. Still have that 5-1 record. They've had their moments in the middle. Off X for Virginia. We get to see Gable Braun, 48% on the season. Out of bounds. It belongs to UNC. Another face-off one.
Critical on that graphic.
I don't know.
Petey Lasalla did not take the last 2 face-offs. He is back out there for Virginia, one of the best in the country. The Cavaliers win this face-off. And Ishraft, Quinn Kesnick, Paul Carcaterra with you on a Thursday night. Here is Lasalla for app, unable to do so. You're blaming Kark and Quint for it, and yeah, I don't know. You guys dropped the ball on that one.
It's been a rough day for Kark technologically.
Why is that?
You're right. You're
nothing to do with the rental car.
Drive.
Petey Lasalla, that pass looked like it was.
Yes, and he's not even a crease guy. That's like a crease guy statistic, right? To finish at that level when he plays on the perimeter, I don't even know if this young man understands how good he is, right?
One little half a cradle, and boom.
Andrew Tyeryar at the face-off X for Carolina. He wins this one. UNC has had Petey Lasalla's number at the dot. Tyeryar, he ended at an all-time program. Moore, one of 5 Cavaliers with 100 career goals and 100 career points, or 100 career assists. And it's a pretty good list. Gladding, Pelkey, Stanwyck, and Krause, the other 4. With that goal,
what happened in the back-to-back goals? The first one, he came across the middle of the field, right, to increase his angle. That time they tried to chop his angle down. What does he do? He rolls back. So he's feeling it.
Solomon on cleanup duty. And Carolina gets one back after Virginia had scored 4 unanswered.
Tell you, they clean up the dumpsters at the Hyatt Place at about 4:30 a.m. and it's awful, and it's awful loud. Solomon on garbage duty.
This is big. This is big because you have to match the runs. Like Virginia, you felt the momentum coming, right? And Carolina, right off the face, just feels a little opportunity there.
Game, if you have a friend out there who's never seen lacrosse, this is a good starting point.
Too, to be back in person together for Thursday nights. For me, ACC Thursday nights, the competition's incredible, but the stars always come out and play, right? You had Chris Gray in that first quarter. He dominated play. Then it's been Schellenberger and Moore for Virginia matching those runs. Skyline Chili. How about Nando's Donuts, man? Come on. He's crushing it with his brother.
Entrepreneur. Nando's Donuts open on Sunday, by the way. Here's Solomon off the scrap to Gray. Rallies to play at North Carolina. Here is Lasalla. He's been neutralized for the most part this evening.
Petey healthy. Not sure he's got the same zest.
Connor Schellenberger is going to give you the ball in such a tight window.
It's like trust, getting in a car with Anish.
Okay, all right, already. Here's Tyeryar, top shelf off the face-off win. Well, we don't have time for jokes tonight. This game's moving too fast.
We've seen so many times for Virginia Petey Lasalla has had those monster goals, right? The face-off win. Last year when you did the game here, he had a couple of those huge momentum changers. This time it's Tyeryar. Scrapping, Lasalla loses the draw. They're not going to him. Why? Because they're too worried about Chris Gray and Jacob Kelly and Nicky Solomon. Those are all shooters. So the scout is, let the face-off guy push it. Test us.
He had 7 points last year. He can handle. He's been dealing with the loss of his cousin. Missed some practice time earlier in February.
Tyeryar and Lasalla tied up at Saladay. 32 in orange last year. Early on was picked on a lot. On Krieg, like he did in the first meeting between these two last year. Standing on his head. Virginia wins the opening draw of the second half, and that's another area North Carolina
on the restart.
Technical foul though, so it's wiped out with the goal.
Clark, usually they throw it like underhanded.
Yeah.
He like rotated his shoulder and
Pushing the limits.
he gets his strength from his dad, Scott.
Scotty
no
Shell.
question.
Shelley, big time golfer.
in his bones, and he's given Virginia.
Every time they had the ball, you worked harder off the ball because you knew you were getting
Big hits.
Schellenberger has had a hand in 4 of the last 5 Virginia goals. Here's Tucci. Played mostly attack toward the end. Right hand, left hand, range. Can create from X for himself and for others. He is a threat from anywhere on the field.
Every great lacrosse player, you feel like they might have one.
They're in that run now. Where's Carolina's answer? This is still a young defense. It's still a young team outside of the attack.
I think Carolina needs a play from their midfield. I mean, that's been the difference when they were clicking. You did the Ohio State game, right? When they struggled,
This game is a game of momentum. And the little plays, the ground ball plays, the face-off plays, the ball retention plays add up. So if you're Carolina right now, it starts with a ground ball. Make the next play, and then good things happen. Defensively, they got to rotate behind it. You double there, somebody's got to go.
Third goal of the season for Zac Tucci. Had the face-off won. Whalen took it away. He lost it to Bart.
Too much power.
Defensively, they got to rotate behind it. You double there, somebody's got to go.
Third goal of the season for Zac Tucci. Had the face-off won. Whalen took it away. He lost it to Barton.
Jacksonville and Carolina loses to Ohio State. If the ACC goes 3-0 this weekend in those games that we just showed, it's a statement.